You can't hear me either. I bet you can hear me now, though. I'm distracted. I apologise. I just realised I hadn't done the camera either. Bear with me a second. I hit start prematurely. My bad. There you go. That's better. Right, come on, all in. Leave your umbrellas by the door while I put these cameras to rights. What are we on here? Let's just check. Let's just check the focus. Yeah, perfect. Bang in the middle. And this is what we're working with today. There you go. Good morning. Sorry, I was distracted in my thoughts. Miles away, miles away, miles away. Sound is clear. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate your help. Thank you. Come on in. It's raining. It's persisting outside. So leave your umbrellas by the door. I've had to crank the heating up, put some socks on. If you don't like the English weather, just wait a minute, as they say. Hey, come on in. Perfect weather for crafting. Perfect weather for colouring in and doodling, hey? That tea still tastes ropey, you know. Process of elimination. I think it's the water. Dave says we've got to buy a new kettle. I said, okay, maybe we'll descale the old one first. Come on in, everybody. Yeah. Is it raining where you are? Where are you, actually? Where are you? Let us know. We've had such a good weekend, you know, despite the weather. The festival has been a huge success. I know that you've enjoyed it thus far. And yeah, the Jackanory thread all the way through, all those lovely stories online on Facebook, just fascinating, isn't it? Everybody has a story, you know. Everybody has a story. Come on in. And the coffee morning with Linda, I enjoyed that yesterday. She's such a good woman. She's such a good woman. She's got so much on her plate, that woman. And yet, never flinches, you know. And Friday night, the pyjama party, wasn't that a hoot? Yeah, I enjoyed that. I was buzzing. I was buzzing still at 1 o'clock in the morning. Come on in. Good to have your company. Hello, Greg. Hello, Ken. The guys are in town. Good to have your company too. And so today, we're just doing some simple doodling, okay? Karmic Hermit. Yeah, sound good to you? I haven't actually looked at anything that we did, so we're going to do all the transfer. I haven't done any of that. I didn't do that. I can't even find my nail file to clean my nails. Yeah, no, I haven't done any of that. So we'll do it together. I thought my friends will understand. And I bet loads of you haven't done it yet either. You know, so there's no point in racing ahead. The whole purpose of the SHAC is to stay safe and craft, isn't it? Stay home and craft. SHAC. SHAC. Safe, happy and creative. Cool. I completely drew a blank there. Can you believe that? Come on in, everybody. Let's get started. I tell you why. I have to tell you why I'm so distracted. A really dear friend of ours, I got the news yesterday that she's passed away. And it's really knocked me for six because I know that her husband and her daughters will be devastated. You just know what's happening at that house. And yeah, so I just feel so sad. You know, I feel sad when anybody dies, but Joy Steele, you know, she was such a legend, and I know she hasn't been well for a while. You know, she hasn't been well for a while, but I did not see that message coming. You know, hardcore. You know, really hardcore. So if anybody, any of you want to write a letter, because you'll know Katie, you'll know her daughter. We've been friends for many, many years. She's got other daughters too. So Katie has Bob, her dad, and she has She has her sisters who are wonderful. But Joy was the matriarch. She was the, you know, she was the person who held it all together, you know. So it's very tough, as Pat says, it's very, very tough, you know. If you fancy sending a card to Katie and Bob and the sisters, send it to Barbara Gray, just write Katie or Joy in the corner, and then I'll make sure it gets redirected, okay? I'll make sure that happens. I think that they would really appreciate some cards, hey? So if you're at a loose end and you want to send some positive energy to a struggling family, be good, be good. Okay, so yeah, and that's why I'm distracted. That's why I'm distracted. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is, isn't it? It's a funny old life, this is. Yes. And, yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. This too shall pass. This too shall pass, eh? Should we get on with some colouring? Yes, let's do that. Now, what we've been doing is this postcard colouring. Do you remember, with the poppets? And what you'll recall is that we were looking at this little girl, and you know, in the poppet sets you get 3 of these postcard sets for the price of 2, don't you? And in each set there are 6 designs, 2 of each, 1 large, 1 small. Well, this is the design, and then we doodled around it just to give you an idea. Now, and what we're doing is we've taken another lady, we've taken another one of these beautiful Marina Fedotova poppets. Now, we've coloured one in as well. There she is. I tell you, I've been so busy with the festival, I haven't given this a second thought until now. I hope you forgive me for that. Right, you remember we were doing with the white blending pencil, we were combining, just to recap, you can always look back on YouTube or on the Clarity links. Paul will give you the links. But what we did was we used the white blending pencil or the white polychromos pencil, the B one, and we created resist lines, didn't we? And then we went over with dry watercolour, didn't we? We went over with the aqua pencils, but dry, just like a normal pencil. So that's me telling you that you've got 36 dry pencils here, but 20 of them you can activate with water. And that's what we were doing, wasn't it? And so then we added a little flash of water with a tiny paintbrush. And what was so cool was, of course, let me come in close, that the white resist still stayed in place, even though we stained the colour with water. And didn't that come out nice? Right, so that was the first little project that we did, just combining the aqua pencils and the blending pencils. And then what we did was we decided to take the smaller one and create a frame around the outside. And so what I suggested to you was that we take a piece of copy paper, we fold it in half, and then we doodle a really nice floral kind of flourishy frame around the outside. So let's take a look up close there. So what's nice about doing this is, of course, that this will, you know, I could take any one of those little Fedotova images. I could take any one of these from here, and I bet, let me get my other glasses on. Let's have a look. There we are. Now I bet I could take this, right, and I could go to any one of the smaller ones. Let's have a look. I know she would have worked beautifully. Look, see? She, oh, actually, hey, let's take the less busy one. Look. Can you hear that rain? Cool. See, that works lovely. I wonder, sometimes, I bet even the large one would work. I wonder. Let's have a look. Yeah, look, see? The large one works beautifully as well. I wonder if we turn it round. So what I'm saying is, once we've got this template, isn't that pretty? See? So once you've got the template, then these will work nicely. I wonder if the whimsy ones would work as well. Thing is, because you've got the large and the small, sorry. What am I doing? Right, here we go. Yeah, see? Even the large ones look pretty in it. Isn't that cool? Yeah, nice. So once you've got this template, you could make several of these, couldn't you? Different flowers, different edging. You know, if you think about some of the edges that the parchers do, you know, like with the little triangles and the frills and the scallops, that's your key right there. Don't have to do it in parchment, do it with a pencil, do it with a pen, you see. But very often, just those scallops with the dots, or think about Linda Williams with her lacework, the Pico V tool, and then the dots. You could do all that with a pen. I often go to Linda's or Josie's or Glynis's work, and I look at their lacework, and that gives me ideas for frames. See? Now, let's have a look. So what we're going to do next is take a look at this little fella. So we'll take her, and we're going to transfer this to the back. Now, because are you up with me? Have you caught up with me yet? Are we on it? Are we together? Right, come on. Okay. So you've got all your bits. What you need now is an HB pencil, or yeah, an HB pencil is good because then we're going to do the transfer. So a box standard pencil is basically what I'm saying, right? I mean, we've got these. We do have these lovely pencils. Are these 25% off in the sale till midnight tonight, Paul? Just saying, right? If they are, grab them because these are brilliant. What have we got here? Yeah. There's going to be an HB in there. So these are great because they're different, varying degrees of hardness and blackness. Very good for sketching and doodling. Right, let's get my glasses on and then we can get started. So the idea is, because we folded this in half, we can now turn it over. You can't see anything until you do this. If you put white behind it, you can see it. Yeah, for sure. Now, has anybody got a light wave? Let me just show you this, right, for better. If I put that on there, now I can really see it. It really makes a difference. So I'm going to go with the light wave just because it will wake me up and it makes my eye, it's easy on the eyes. It's coming a bit further. Right. So you can see exactly. So I'm going to take my pencil. Are you with me on this? Let's just get in the groove. Come on. Well, not in the groove, but in the zone. And let's just focus on what we're doing. This so works for me, you know. It so works. Because what I've got to do, of course, is transfer it to this side so that then I can transfer it to here. So light tables at the ready. If you can probably see fine if you use a piece of white paper, but I am my eyes are tired today, so I'm gonna use a light wave. I mean, I know that all the parchers love this thing because it's just, well, it is what it is. It's great. It's a real aid, isn't it? A drawing aid. But it also is great for us drawers and illustrators and for general purpose crafting, really. Now let's do that rose again. See, it doesn't even have to be the same, but at least it's in the right place. There we go. That'll do. Get the leaf in. It doesn't take long to do this. And the other thing to bear in mind is that the whole purpose of this is to calm in mind. I woke up this morning, well, with joy on my mind, but joy steals, I'm afraid. And then Katie, and that's the one that just floods me with sadness. Because I remember when her sister died, she was inconsolable. And I woke up and I thought, I've got to redirect my thinking a bit here, because I can't do anything about any of it except get through today. And, I thought about Groundhog Day. Do you ever see that film with Bill Murray? It's quite funny, really. It's an old film. I'm sure we've all seen it. And that's what it reminded me of today. I woke up and I thought, gosh, this is like Groundhog Day. Same thing, isn't it? Just get up, do the same thing again and again. Then I thought, stop whining, get grateful. Get grateful, Grace, stop whinging. But it does become a bit of I don't know, it can't just be me. Hang on, Friday flowers. Don't you find that it's a bit tedious sometimes? Seems to just be the same thing every day. But it was the same thing every day before lockdown, I think. We just didn't feel that didn't feel so repetitive, did it? Because we left the building occasionally. Hey? There, you see? So the light wave is superb for doing this job, because it really... There. And I'm aware of my the fact that I want this to be my template, I want to use this more often than just once. Got on there. Yeah. And it's a good thing. I'll tell you another thing that's good is that you've got it in reverse as well. I mean, we're using it in reverse. We need it in reverse now to apply it to our artwork. Sure thing. But having it in reverse will be really useful for other pieces of artwork. Oh, there's a little leaf there. See, we can always add more afterwards. Do I want to do this with a ruler, or am I going freehand? Freehand. Makes me focus more. Don't you find? There you go. That'll do. It's like riding a motorbike. There you go. So, keep your eye on the road ahead. And if the road's too long and you need to come up for air, like say I get to there and then I think, I'm not going to make it all the way, then I'll go back over the line and then go again. And that way it's seamless. Okay? So if you've got any questions, Paul's your man. Paul Church would be happy to help you, I'm sure. And I know that we've had such a lovely weekend, and the sale is still going on, and the giveaway blogs. I've got one, Gracie. She went into my blog, and it's quite a fun one. Silly girl. So there's another prize in there, good prize, and then on the other blog, on the Clarity Matters blog that Grace has been driving, there's a really good giveaway there as well. Right. Yeah. So, and then the sale, the 25% sale goes on till midnight. So that's okay too. Now, let's see. The next thing we want to do is transfer this, isn't it? So I don't think I need that anymore now. They're in sale as well, 25% off, aren't they, Paul? I think, well, they must be. If it's a blanket sale. Could you check for me, love? There we go. There we are. And if anybody's got any questions, Direct them at Paul, because I can see them here. I can't see them over there, but I can see them here. Okay. Right, let's have a look. What are we on? So I've got that now. How about you? So I've got it on that side, the original one, and I've got it on that side. You see, so I've got my mirror. That was the point. There you go. Perfectly spaced, all ready to rock and roll. So now I'm going to open up that crease. Let me open up that crease because it's this one I want, but I want it like that, you see. So I've got to decide where I want to place it. See, what I could do, no, I'm not going to though, because I haven't thought it through. I was just thinking that maybe I want to cut this off, but I don't know. I don't know whether do I want to cut this off? Thinks. Because if I cut that off, then I lose that. But I've always got low tack masking tape. So if I cut that off, otherwise when I push, if I do that, I think I'll keep them together. I think I'll keep them together and I'll leave it flapped up there. I'll soon know if I want to cut it off or not because it's getting in the way. I'm just trying to see if it serves a purpose keeping it attached. Does it? I don't think so. Oh, I'm not firing on all four cylinders today, I'm afraid. But when in doubt, hang about. I don't want to cut it off and then think, I wish I hadn't done that. So let's just do this thing. I'm going to put that down like so. And then I'll turn it over. And now it's in the right place. And now what I should be able to do is I'll take one of these. Let's have a look. Has she got many pencils, do you think? Right, hard one. I need a hard one. Oh, look. 5H. That'll do. Nice and hard. And what that will do is it will push through the picture. Well, that's the theory anyway. Okay, let's just do it let's start it on the inside of this flower and see if this idea is actually going to work. Because you've got to know where you've been, otherwise you can't tell. Yeah, for sure. Right, you ready to transfer? So the pencil is on this side facing the picture, and now we're going to transfer it. Everybody okay? Chris Plaxton wants to know, how was the fish pie? It was delicious. It was delicious. And my dad ate every single bit of it. And my mother picked out every single pea. She sat there and flicked every single pea to the side of her plate. My dad, on the other hand, is a very grateful eater. Oh. Yeah, what could you say? Don't like peas then, Mum? I didn't know that. I've only known you 62 years. I wasn't aware of the fact you don't like peas. Never mind. Dad said, I love them. Right, come on. Leave my mother out of it. So we're going to transfer this. Won't take long. And yes, Chrissy, the fish pie was absolutely beautiful. Really nice. So if you're looking for a good fish pie, simple recipe, the Hairy Bikers. Excellent it was. Okay. Hairy Bikers, fish pie. And you could always put the peas on the side. Yeah. There you go. Let's have a look if it's working. Yeah, perfect. There we are. We'll do those roses, those funky roses. And now we're just going to get this frame round. See, and because it's a super hard pencil, it's really transferring the softer pencil well, so we'll be able to see it. Now, I've told you this before. This is exactly how I transfer, or how one transfers line art to lino for the lino cuts. I was thinking this afternoon, I've got a really nice drawing that I'd like to transfer. It's from the SHAC, actually. I thought, I bet that'd look really, really nice as a lino cut, you know. It's a just totally different kind of art, but I reckon it will look really, really cool. Do you remember when we did the cups? All the saucers all stacked. I thought, I bet that'd look really nice as a lino cut. A little bit, you know, not so perfect. So I thought I might give that a go this afternoon. Just, I liked that art. I thought it came out really nicely. And yeah, I think it will look good as a lino cut. I've got several other little bits I want to work on. You have to be in the right mood to do that stuff, you know. When you've got things on your mind, sometimes you have to grab the moment. Do you know what I mean? It's like ironing, isn't it? When it grips you, I fancy doing some ironing. You have to seize the moment, don't you? Because that one doesn't grip me that often. Okay. Now, let's see. I reckon this is going to look super. Yeah. How's yours working? How's this working for you? Okay. We watched another nice film last night. I'd seen it before, but it was such a long time ago that I'd forgotten until halfway through. And then I thought, oh, I remember this. With Tom Hanks, The Terminal, when he gets stuck. It's on Netflix. He gets stuck at the JFK airport. He's a guy from, like, not Kazakhstan, but obviously. So it sounds like real Russian. Very, very good. Very, very good film. Like real, a feel-good film, you know. And if you've ever been to JFK airport, you will understand. You will empathise with him in a way. God, JFK. I mean, there's rude, and then they must go to rude and aggressive college for that job. Unbelievable. Although having said that, last time it wasn't as bad, but it's just shocking, really, that humans can be so rude to each other or to other humans, because, I mean, we're not rude to them. We're terrified. Get behind the line, ma'am. And the purpose of your visit, business or pleasure? When are you going back? Show me your return ticket. So, please, little word. So when you watch that film, as soon as it starts, you think, yeah, been there. And I speak the language. That poor bloke, he didn't even speak English. So he just kept going, yes. He didn't know a word of English. He was stuck in the airport for 9 months. 9 months. Oh, blimey. Brilliant. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, enjoy it. It's perfect. And Tom Hanks, he's in a league of his own, isn't he? Catherine Zeta-Jones, she's in it as well. Very pretty woman, isn't she? Yeah, she's an air hostess. Anyway, spoiler alert, I won't tell you anymore. It's a good film. It feels good. It's nice. Right, I think that'll do. There we go. So that, you see, that'll be really nice. Actually, I'm glad I didn't cut that off. Now. I wasn't sure, but now I know why I haven't. Leave it there. What you don't want to do, though, is when you're transferring, you don't want to put this one behind it, you know? Keep them separate. But if you keep them together like this, then you've got mirror images. So this will work really well, depending on, because you know, each of these little girls, they point in different directions. So it'd be good to have the flowers in different corners as well. Right, I've done that. Keep that in a safe place. And now, there you go. Let's do that. It doesn't help that they're all armed. all the people at the airport, they've all got guns. I'm here on holiday. I just want to see my daughter. Right. So now we need pens. You got an inky pen? Have you got these? A Micron pen. Okay, we need a Micron pen. Now, where are all my? Honestly, let's see. Oh, here they all are. Have you seen this? This is beautiful. Oh, look. Can you see that? Guess who made this for me? Dee Paramore. What a beautiful present. She made a pair of them for me. Isn't that brilliant? Yeah, she's so clever. It's all done by hand. And inside, let me show you on the inside. See, it's all lined and painted. Isn't that fabulous? Eh? And this is where you see how many I've got of one thing. There you go. I need one of them and one of them. And I might take that one just in case. And if they're dry, I've got all them. Look. Great though, isn't it? Yeah, it's really lovely. And now you know the rest of the story. Yeah. She's a clever woman. The top banana. I think I would have made a stamp that says top banana. Right, and now it's time to ink. And then when we've inked, what we're going to do next? What's after inking? Oh, that's right. Eraser time. Get rid of the pencil work before you add the colour. Important, otherwise you can't really do it afterwards. Okay, so what we want to do now is ink it up, but we want to kind of get the same line width as this, don't we? So let's have a look. I've got 005 in this set. You've got the thick ones as well. You've got right up to 8, but you've got 005 and 01. So let's see what we've got here. That's not bad. Bit dry. They do have a shelf life. I mean, are these in the sale, Paul? I'm not trying to coerce you into buying them, but when they're in the sale, you want to kind of grab them, really. That one's fine. That one's a bit dry. And that one's a bit thicker, isn't it? So, what do I think? I think I'll go in with the... That's about right. I'm going to do a combination job. I'm going to do the larger flowers. Right, I'm going to start in the front. I don't know. I guess it's too big. Let's have a look. See, the other thing is that you don't have to press so hard either. So if it's coming out a little bit black, don't press so hard, because you really are just guiding the ink around with these pens. Okay. Paul says, yes, the pens are in the sale. There you go. Cool. Let's get rid of that. Let's take that so I kind of turn my artwork as I'm going, don't I? Do you do that as well? It's easier. It's easier. There you go. So you want to kind of translate the line thickness. So it's going to be the two thinnest ones. Let's have a look. And then I might... Quite so much easier if you've pen. See, this is the thing, isn't it? Once you've penned it all or penciled it all, it's so easy just to, even if you don't actually hit the pencil line exactly, it's good enough. Hey, that'll do. And then what have we got here? Another flower. Yeah. There we go. So how are you anyway? Are you okay? Are you okay? Would you have your moments like me? I blooming do. And I'm not, I'm not like an adrenaline junkie. It's not like when I said, oh, Groundhog Day, It does require some effort to say, oh, you should be grateful to be alive, Get your derriere in gear and stop whinging. And it's true. I should be grateful to be alive, for sure, And I am, of course I am. But you can't help the thoughts that come into your head sometimes, can you? And you think, well, I do. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I think, what is going on? What is it all about, What is it all about? What are we doing? And then I remember I'm taking it one day at a time. And once I do that, once I remember, I mean, that's what my blog is called, one day at a time. That's the thing, you see. Once you just stop the head going, the washing machine, boom, 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 that's all that's going on here. The mind is like playing games with me again. This overactive head is going, and it's like, just shut up. All I've got to do is get through today. And that's the same for you. That's all we got to do. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about the hospital appointments. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just get through today. And then actually, I find I'm re-energized because, okay, all I've got to do is get through today. I've just got to get my head on that pillow tonight and have the best day that I can up to that point. And then tomorrow, I'll deal with tomorrow. Yeah? And that works for me. Honestly, Linda and I were talking about it yesterday when we were having our coffee morning, and when she was really struggling, earlier this year and with Rob, and I kept saying, well, just do today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Sort today out. And then tomorrow will come, and then tomorrow we'll deal with tomorrow, And it's really the only way to travel. Just do today, and have a good one. Do today, and have a good one. And then tomorrow, we'll see what the weather's doing, and we'll tackle tomorrow. Hey? Tell you what, it's good for the garden, all this rain. It's good for the garden. It has really sprouted. The trees are closing in on the house. They're closing in on the house. They've had a little bit of a growth spurt because it's been so wet. Is it the same in your place if you've got a garden? It just starts out fine, no leaves, looks lovely, and then out of nowhere, it feels like if we didn't do anything about it, there you go. Go over that. I think it would just overgrow the house. I think the house would just disappear into the foliage. When we do this, do you craft along with me or do you just listen to me waffle? Doesn't matter. I'm fine with it either way. I know some of you like to doodle along. You must do, because you've posted your work on Groovy Worldwide and on Clarity Worldwide so quickly. You must have been. You've either done it already, or you're crafting along. See how you get to there and then you go back over the top. There we go. Nice. Little bubbles, little dots. Dots and bubbles, they're nice, aren't they? Do you know, I think this swirl here, I feel like it needs a second line. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's better. Do you know, I think that one as well up there. I think this would look good. As if it's a little bit more, it's a little thicker. Right, and then that eggy one, There you go. So it doesn't take long. It's only 25 too. But you see how it sits well with the girl in the middle, doesn't it? I like that. You done yours? Yeah? Ready? And stretch. Drink your dodgy tea. Yeah. We've got a water machine in the kitchen. You know, like I bought it, like a water cooler. You know, one of them big things, and it's really useful. So I think we need to get the water out of that before I throw the kettle away. I'm going to go that way. When we lived in Germany, we never drank water from the tap. We never took water out of the tap. We always took water from bottled water. It was just the way it was. Used to buy crates of it in the supermarket, 12 bottles at a time, sparkling flat. You know, look like Jeff Capes. Yeah, you know why the German Hausfraus are like that. I wonder if they still cart. Marion, bist du im Zimmer? Do they still carry 12 bottles of sparkling, and do you still do all that? I mean, I'm going back a long way, 30 years, but we always did. You know, and then you take your empties back dutifully, grab the next 12, you know, and it was all about the fund, all about the deposit for the bottles. You know, the water itself wasn't expensive. It was the deposit for the bottles, which always made you take them back. Quite good, really. Recycling. The Germans are years ahead of us on this stuff. Right. And now I've waffled enough. It should be dry. Shall we take our pink eraser? I think there's still the biggest selling thing in our cupboard. Right. Here we go. So let's have a look. I think I'll start up here and I'll just gently take out the pencil work. Is it working? Yeah. There we go. Just gently take out the pencils because we can't really colour it in until we take out the graphite. There we go. You can't take this out afterwards either, which is not without removing the pencils, the colour, which is not what we want to do, is it? This'll work. There you go. This is a pretty, very pretty piece of artwork. I think smudged it a bit. Why does that happen then? Yours smudged a bit. It's all right. I'll add a bit of colour. You never know. I think that's the other thing is with the artwork that we're doing, you know, you've got to remember it's a means to an end, this, you know. It's nice that we learn things and it's nice that we hang it, but it's nicer that we hang out together and it's nicer that we, you know, like we redirect our thinking a little bit. Where's that brush I usually use? Oh, I can't find that either. I'm still surrounded by stuff from the pyjama party. There you go. That'll do. That'll do. A little bit smudgy. It's of no consequence, is it? There you go. Nice. Okay. Pretty. That's pretty. And that sit well in there. And you wouldn't think, I'll tell you what would be nice as well, if you felt inclined, you could wrap a couple of bits around there as well. But you probably ought to have done that before you inked it. I'm going to keep it simple. But bear in mind that if you wanted to, you could wrap twirls or vine. We've done all that before, haven't we? Around the outside as well. So now it comes to the colouring. And what we're going to do is decide, right, back to this. This won't take long. And I think that we could do a little bit of this again on Wednesday, couldn't we? Let's see I'll come up with something cool for Wednesday. Because we get together, if you're new to the fold, we get together on Mondays at 10 o'clock and Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. And then Paul, lovely Paul Church. He keeps you company on Tuesdays and Groovy Tuesday, doesn't he? Right, we'll do the white pencil first. So if you've got a white B pencil, let's do that first, or a white Faber-Castell. These are the blending pencils. We're going to put the white in first, aren't we? Yes, Mum. Now, where did I put? Where? Oh, here it is. But sharpener. Here we go. Sharpness. Yeah, so as I was saying, object to this exercise is just to redirect our thinking. And just remember, all you've got to do is get to the end of the day. It's one day at a time. And I'll tell you another thing, which I think helps, okay, is to take a piece of paper and make a list of what you want to do. Like, look, I'm looking ahead. No, I'm not. I've got a TV show on. I've got a TV show on Friday, and I've got to work out what I'm doing. But today, this is all I do, Monday. And then I'm going to write here, right, what am I going to do? And I'll tell you another thing, I write mundane stuff because, look, I'll write, for example, I'll write this, empty dishwasher. And you may think, well, of course you're going to empty the dishwasher, although I can't fill it again. But the thing is, when I halfway through the day, it will say, empty the dishwasher. Here we go, look, feed the cats. Oh, I know what I've got to do. I picked the cherries. I bought enough cherries to feed an army yesterday, not a great big thing. So pick the cherries, and then I've got to think of what to do with the cherries. So I don't know. What do you think? What can I do with cherries? I'm going to do something. See, so I write these really mundane things out. And then when I've done one of them, I go back and I go, oh, right, done it. You see? And you tick. And there's a lot to be said. And you may think this is really obvious and really stupid. But for the head, it's so important to let yourself know that you're actually achieving things, even if they're little. Get dressed, you know, and I'm not joking now. For many people, getting dressed is an accomplishment. You know, if you're not feeling good or you're not well, get dressed. You know, oh, hang on, sort the kettle out. What did you do with the kettle? D scale kettle. There you go. And then I'll write ridiculous things on, like ironing. Here's one. Wash the upstairs windows. Then I'll say, I'll do, oh yeah, new cup and saucer lino cut. Right, so these are things that probably won't get done. This might get done today. This ain't going to get done. And this is not even a chance. So then when I go to Tuesday, I carry over what I haven't done. So I tick, 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 tick. Now I'll tell you what I haven't done, and I'll put it on the Tuesday list. And then I've already got the kind of a little bit of structure ready to go for the next day. And so, to a lot of you, this will be so obvious. You're like, Barbara, cut me some slack. But to others, it will be a lifeline. It's really, and you know, even if you know it, this is what I find. Even when we know it, right, we forget. For some reason, we forget that simple thing of making lists and ticking boxes is quite uplifting. You know, clean your teeth, wash your hair. Just those little things. Done it. It's important for a lot of us. Include myself in that group. You know, it would be too easy to let all that stuff slide. And then what happens is you get to the week and you think, oh, I haven't done this and I haven't done that and I haven't, and negative, down, and you're down on yourself because you haven't done this and you haven't done that. It's like, well, hang on a minute, actually, let me get my list out. I have done this and I have done that, and then you come back up the other way again. Very important. Have you got your white pencil sharpened? Cool. And Marion says she is here and she drinks water from the tap, but warm, and she doesn't schlep the flaschen. Oh, hello, what's happened there? She doesn't schlep the water bottles. Don't you schlep? Ah, but do Germans schlep? Do the Germans, is that still a thing? Or is there is there a service now? Has somebody figured out a service? Now, first we'll do the little girl and then we'll do this. So the little girl, you've already got your template for that. Right, come on then. Let's do a little bit of white. White on white, not so easy to look or to see. Right, do a little bit of white pleating. I quite like it when it's wet outside. The cats don't go out. They're indoors. They hate it, the water, don't they? They don't enjoy the rain, that's for sure. Right, a little bit of white. So that's her dress. And I'm going to put some little flashes of white in the flowers as well. Here we go. Yeah, so what's going on this week in your life? Got anything important lined up? What have I got? Well, I've got to get ready for this TV show. That's a key. Friday. I think I'm going to do that from here, though. I don't think I'm going to, it takes me 2 days to do a two-hour stint on telly. And I think we've got quite a bit going on at the moment. So I think I'll probably Skype. I'm sure they'll be fine with that. I'm not that comfortable at the moment. We're staying in hotels yet. So, and because it's a 9 o'clock start, it's, we live that far away from the studio that I'd have to go up the night before. Yeah, so I think I'm sure that you can still see the demos perfectly well from here too. I like going up to the studios and I love the energy up there and I love seeing the presenters, and I sure do. Right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just checking where I've put my white. Yeah. Because you can hold it to the light and you can see it, can't you? Let's do the flowers now that we've made. See, this is what I like, is that this is Marina's work, irrefutably. This is our work, irrefutably. There we go. And, yeah, so on Friday, what have we got? Oh, yeah, that's right. Really nice, really different. It's a mixed media show Friday, isn't it? So on the craft store. And then, and I've got some really nice, like really arty lino cut stamps. I think you might enjoy. Yeah, because it's been a while since the first ones. So I thought I'd give that a go. I wonder if we put a little bit around the roses, a little bit of white, a little flash of white on the petals. Yeah. And so I've got to plan ahead a little bit on that. There's quite a lot goes into a TV show at lots of different levels, not just the show itself. So I have to get my head in gear for that. That's all right, though. That's what I do for a living. That's my job, isn't it? Now, so I've got I think I've done enough white. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. And now I'm going in with my dress, my lilacs and my... Shall we? Let's do a little bit. Let's pick the colours again that we used before. So let me see. I'm sure I can remember. I used... that looks like the dress one, doesn't it? A6. I did have a bit of paper. I did have a bit of card, but when we had our pyjama party, look, I know. Always got a spare, just in case. I did have a little bit of paper, then I wrote the colours. But, I mean, I can figure it out. Right, I'm definitely using that one for the dress. Come on. Obvious. Right, come on, Gray. And you could do do a different colour. Do you know, that's another thing that we could do if you wanted to. We could do this one. I wonder what. No, it's a bit late in the day to start thinking about changing the colour grey. Lastminute.com. We could do it all in yellows and oranges and reds. What do you think of that idea? Right, do you know what? I think so. Do you think that? I think that would be nice. I'm going to go with an orange for her dress. Yeah. How about that? See what it looks like in a different colourway. Hey? Right, let's get some. What am I using? Aqua. So we're just really lightly. What colourway are you using? Are you going with the original, or are you going to try it as well? You're going to try something different? Yeah, why not? See what it looks like in a different colour. Oranges and reds, and pinks go well with orange as well. Pink looks really nice with orange. See, and you can see the white, the resist already working. And that's super. I love it. Such a simple trick, really. You can see when you rub over it, and as you get darker, look, just circular motions. And as you get darker, where you've put the white lines, I'm going to press quite hard now just to show you where the white is on her dress. Because it's clearly where the white is where I've put the resist. Now let's see if I come in a bit closer on this camera, and you'll see immediately where the white's gone. Look, see? Isn't that super? It's very easy to do. There we are. Yeah, and I'll tell you why I'm glad I've changed colours. Because the polychromos have got a really lovely selection of yellows and oranges in that tin. I don't know where that is. It's here somewhere. I must have it here somewhere. Here it is. They probably, yeah, they've got some really nice, look, half of them are missing because we used them in the craft along, I think, but there's a load of oranges in there and reds. So I'm going to use this family, this part of the deal. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. And don't forget, the minute that you, with the aqua colours, the minute that you add some water to this, it will automatically get darker. It just gets more vibrant. So all we're doing now is just laying down the colours in layers. Layers work well. There you are. Isn't that pretty? Easy street. Right, so that's her dress. Be nice to know whether... Be interesting when you post your artwork on Clarity Worldwide. It'd be great to see which colours you've used and how different she looks. Yeah, because now what I'm going to do is use reds and yellows and oranges for the flowers as well. But it's 5:02. Have we got time to do a little bit more? Let's do her skin. Let's do her skin now. What did I use when I was doing her skin? I think I remember using a really dark chocolatey brown for the shading and that fleshy colour, this one. Yeah, that's it. Let's put that in. Let's put that one in. So we'll just do this. There we are. Nice. Let's put a little bit of colour down there. And I think, what colour should we do her hair? If it's all oranges and maybe a dark brown. Maybe she could be a brunette this time. That would look good. But let's do it together on Wednesday, hey? Shall we? This is a real good lesson in layering and gently does it. And I'm using the A pencils, you see. I'm using the water soluble ones. Right, now this is the real. Take the brown and let's use the brown just to whisper, a whisper of brown to get some shadow. Really lightly. Do you know what the marvellous thing is when you do this? You can literally feel all your anxiety or your stress is just disappearing. Because you're so focused on not making it too dark. You can always add it. You can take it away as well. Just take your eraser if it gets too dark. But you'll see. Yeah, see? Isn't that nice? Just gently, gently does it. And a little tiny flash underneath the chin. It's going to be dark round the back of the neck. Here we are. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that'll do for today, eh? How are you feeling? You going to make a list? Make a list. I'll tell you one thing that I do put on my list, and I tend to put it at the top of the list as well. I always put 2 things that I don't want to do. 2 things that I don't want to do. 2 things that go, you know? There's weird things that you don't like doing. And it's best to get them out of the way first, because otherwise they get bigger and bigger as they're down the bottom of the list. Put them right at the top of the list, get them out of the way, and then you really tick them boxes. Yeah? Always put 2 things on my list that I don't want to do. 2 things on my list for other people that I do want to do, but I don't tell anybody about it, otherwise it doesn't count. And then by the end of the day, you see, by the time you put your head on the pillow and you look back at your day and you think, so I did those 2 things that I didn't want to do, and I did those 2 things for those 2 friends or those 2 people, but I'm not going to tell anybody about it, otherwise it doesn't count. See, so you feel good about yourself because you did something nice or good or kind. Yeah, and that's how it works, you see. And then the following day, you might have on your list, climb Mount Everest. Just keep pushing it forward. Get there eventually. when the lockdown eases off. Who's to say we won't do that? Anyway. Thank you for your company. I hope that you enjoyed this. Go easy, travel gently. Don't forget tomorrow that Paul is with you at 10 o'clock, and the sale is still going on until midnight tonight. And then I'll be back with you at 10 in the morning on Wednesday, and we'll complete her. And I'm going to do some, get some colours going, oranges and yellows and reds. So it'll be interesting. You decide, what colour is your little girl going to be? Yeah? And don't forget, if you have a chance to, if you feel inclined, to send a card to Bob and Katie and the sisters, then send it to me at Clarity Stamp and just put Joy on the envelope, and then I'll know that it's for the love of Joy. Okay? And Paul, thanks for your help. And Pat Hoskins has asked if you can remind. Oh, there you go. I didn't read that, Pat. There you go. Great minds think alike. And I did. Yeah, do that. Do that. If you have a chance, make a card for Katie and her family. Okay? Lots of love. Bye-bye now. How funny that you and I should have thought that as well. There you go, Pat.